Here's the truth nobody tells you. Most franchises don't make you rich first. They make the franchisor rich, while solo entrepreneurs are still out here gambling alone. Now you're probably thinking, Stix, how much money do I even need to get in? Some franchises start at $10K, others need $500,000. But here's the part that trips people up. It's not the entry fee that kills them, it's what happens after. Bad locations, ignoring the playbook, running out of cash before break even. That's where dreams go to die. But there's one number every franchise hides from you before you sign, and once you see it, you'll never look at a franchise agreement the same way again. Stick around. Before I show you that number, you need to understand the first piece of the puzzle. It's the reason some rookies succeed in month 1, while others fail even with a great location, and it has nothing to do with luck. So don't scroll off yet. If you miss this next part, you'll never understand why that hidden number even matters. When you buy into a franchise, you're not starting from zero. You're stepping into a system that's already been tested and fixed. Every daily task, every sales step, every customer service rule, it's already mapped out for you. That's the real value of the blueprint. Independent startups spend years and thousands of dollars figuring out what actually works through trial and error. Franchisees skip that entirely. The mistakes have already been made. The system has already been corrected. This is why franchises statistically avoid the brutal failure rates that crush brand new independent businesses. You're not gambling on an idea. You're following a formula that's already been proven to work over and over in market after market. But a system alone doesn't get customers through your door on day one. There's a second force doing that work for you. And it's something you literally cannot buy on your own, no matter how much money you have. Stay right here, because once you see what this force actually costs you, you'll never look at a trusted brand the same way again. Here's the thing about a trusted name. It removes fear. People hesitate to spend money with total strangers. But when your business carries a name they already know, that fear disappears instantly. Someone else already tested the waters. Someone else already proved it's safe. That's borrowed authority. It shortens the decision-making process. Instead of weeks of research, a customer sees the name and skips straight to yes. National marketing campaigns, brand recognition, an audience that already trusts you before you've served a single customer. That's power you cannot build overnight on your own. But, and Stix wants you to hear this clearly, that power isn't free. You're paying for it. Upfront franchise fees. Ongoing royalty cuts, usually somewhere between 4 and 12% of your total sales. And here's the part that stings. You owe that royalty on gross revenue, not profit. Even in a month where your location loses money, that check still has to be written. So the brand brings you customers, but it also brings a bill. Now here's where it gets even more complicated, because the same system that's supposed to support you can also become the thing that shuts you down. Keep watching. This is the part most franchisees only find out after it's already too late. Franchises don't just hand you a name and walk away. You get ongoing training, marketing toolkits, supply chain access, and field support. The kind of help that lets even a total rookie skip years of costly trial and error. That support turbocharges new owners. Corporate teams run big campaigns. You get expert help solving inventory and staffing problems. You get access to vendors and pricing you'd never get on your own. But here's the flip side. That same support system is also a leash. Every rule exists to protect the brand, not just you. Miss a royalty payment. Skip a mandatory tech upgrade. Change the recipe or the process without permission. And the same corporate structure that lifted you up now has the legal power to penalize you or terminate your contract entirely. So far, you've seen the system, the brand, and the support. 3 pieces of the puzzle. But none of that is where the real wealth comes from. The real money is made somewhere else entirely. And it's the part almost nobody talks about. This is it. The number I promised at the start. Leave now and you'll walk away with everything except the one thing that actually matters. Here's the secret. One franchise location doesn't make you wealthy. It makes you a well-paid employee of your own business. Real wealth comes from scale, turning one profitable unit into a portfolio. But you can't skip steps. First, you document everything. Every task, every process, so the business runs without you standing in it every day. Then you prove the numbers actually hold up. Stable profit margins, predictable cash flow, over 6 to 12 months minimum. Only then do you bring in a manager, shift yourself from worker to owner, and start replicating that exact formula in new locations, sharing your back office, payroll, and marketing across units to cut costs as you grow. Now, remember that number I promised you? Here it is. It's not the franchise fee, it's the break-even timeline, and most people never even ask about it before they sign. Operationally, most franchises take 12 to 24 months just to cover their own monthly costs. But to actually earn back your full investment, that's 3 to 5 years, sometimes longer for restaurants or retail. This is exactly why so many franchisees quit early, not because the system failed them, but because they ran out of cash before that window ever closed. So if the system works, and the brand brings customers, and the support keeps you alive, why do so many people still walk away empty-handed? The answer ties every single piece together. Don't check out yet. This next part is the difference between the people who scale and the people who quit. You want to be on the right side of that. Here's the truth, Stix style. Franchise wealth was never about one store. It's the system, the brand, the support, and the scale, working together, over years, not months. The people who win aren't the ones who avoid the trade-offs, the fees, the rules, the royalty cuts. They're the ones who know those trade-offs going in, budget for the real break-even timeline, and keep enough cash in reserve to survive the wait. The people who quit? They're not failing because the model is broken. They're failing because nobody told them the truth before they signed. Now you know it. If you're serious about building real wealth, not just buying yourself a job, the first step is knowing exactly what you're signing up for. Follow Stix for more insider franchise secrets nobody puts in the brochure. See you in the next one.